Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. You know, we've all been there. Usually it happens to us when we're younger. A lot younger. And hopefully we learn from that experience. I know I did. We all had somebody at some point in our life that we were in love with who didn't love us back. They didn't even like us. This is very common in high school, and there are some people who have this experience over and over because they never learn, you know. There are people who just fall in love at the drop of a hat, or they fall in lust, and they think it's love. Long ago, I learned not to start telling people I've fallen in love with them, to let them do the talking, because it really gives you all the control in the situation, and then you don't get hurt. I told you about a woman on the air the other day who didn't want to have sex with me because she didn't have a commitment, wasn't feeling any love coming from me. And that's about right. Until I am like, you know, nailing you on a consistent basis and enjoying it, and you're a cool person, I'm enjoying your company, I am now programmed. I have programmed myself. I will not fall in love. Life will not wash over me like a tsunami. Until I know the other person is into me. They want me. They desire me. They want to have sex with me. I just don't go around saying, hey, and by the way, if I'm having those kinds of feelings, I shut them down. I suppress it. Because as a guy, you get tired of all the women that just love to say no. They love it. And I might also say, the more you say, I don't really care one way or the other about you, either in your words or deeds, the more they want you. Biggest mistake a man can make is just to step up to the plate and say, I love you. I have to tell you this. I am in love with you. I am falling in love with you. Guys, don't ever say that. You just don't ever say that. Even if you're feeling it, don't say it. You're giving away the biggest bargaining chip. Women want a commitment from you. Don't give it to them. Don't say, I love you, until there's a gun to your head. And that's only after you've seen her naked repeatedly. And maybe at that point, then when she forces the issue, maybe it's time to move on to the next plate you're going to have spinning. That's also possible. Biggest mistake guys make, biggest one, is announcing that they're in love, or they're falling in love, or I love you. Because women get a good laugh out of that when they're not interested, and then they tell all their friends about how stupid you looked. They do. Don't just imagine it. That's what happens. So we've all done this at one time or another. Sure, I did it too. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Made that dopey announcement that I'm in love, or I love you, or I love somebody. It told that to people. And then my heart stomped on. We've all been there. Hopefully, when you did it once when you were in high school or junior high, hopefully you didn't do it again. Hopefully you learned your lesson. But how many times has it happened the other way around? Okay, there you are, minding your own business, and somebody that you never even noticed, were not particularly attracted to, somebody who just seems to have nothing in common with you, like she's that one that I talked about, the one that collects the little glass Smurf figurines, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, you've got nothing in common with somebody like that. In most cases, guys, nothing. Nothing. Shelves and shelves of figurines of a cartoon show that was popular in the 80s. You gotta be kidding me. The point is, there you are, minding your own business. And a chick comes along and lets you know she loves you. And by the way, I'm sure this happens to women because we guys have done this. I've talked about the guys who are stupid enough to do it. But here's the deal. That person who is in love with you then starts demeaning and debasing themselves, trying to get you to fall in love back with them. So what do? Well, they start off with harmless things like offering to make you dinner. Then they ask you when your birthday is. Then, even though you haven't had sex with this person or really gotten to know them at all, they start finding out when your birthday is, what your astrological sign is. They start doing things for you. I had a woman one time who had my astrological chart made. And, of course, the astrological chart proved beyond the shadow of a doubt that we were destined to be together. Or here's a woman I hardly know who in April tells me that she's got a gift for my August birthday. I'm trying to arouse my curiosity about what it might be. Sometimes women go further. I've had women tell me that they're shopping at Victoria's Secret today. Going to the mall and shopping at Victoria's Secret. And I'd be like, oh, great. And then it's like, so do you like Victoria's Secret? Sure I do. Why not? Yeah, what kind of things do you like there? And then suddenly it dawns on you that she's going to Victoria's Secret so she can tell you she's going to Victoria's Secret. And so she can then try to figure out what things to buy that you will find attractive. There's a lot of that. You know, getting you little gifts just because. Ever have somebody start doing that? I thought you'd like this. You know, and then it's like, and by the way, the gift they give, because you don't know them, the gift they give you is something you didn't want, don't know how to say thank you convincingly when they give it to you, something you'll never use, because you don't know them, and they don't know you. How could they buy you a gift? They don't know you. How about the ones who do get to know you? Like, they make it their life's work to ask all your friends and whatever family members they can dredge up, like what you like, what your favorite things are. Then they start trying to get you your favorite things. Ever have somebody start doing that? They find out what your favorite foods are and they make them for you, or they find out that, in the case of chicks I've known, chicks find out that I like baseball, so they get a couple of Dodger tickets. They themselves can't stand baseball. But since I am not responding to any of the things they're doing, they start being proactive and like buying tickets to various events. And the idea would be, of course, that I was supposed to come along, you know. Here in L.A., you got a bunch of, you know, concerts, Hollywood Bowl, a bunch of things going on. Sporting events, a million of them. And so they start buying tickets to things. Then they start telling you, you know, hey, I got tickets to the K-Rock Weenie Roast. You want to go to that? You want to go to Coachella? Want to go to the Hollywood Bowl? I just happen to have 2 tickets that I just happen to have purchased. And like, they're closing in for the kill. You know what I'm talking about? They're closing in for the kill. They're trying to get you to react. They're trying to get you to respond. Now, in most cases, I must say, I don't have an evil delight at seeing somebody who, you know, has these feelings, and I just have no interest, and I'm just kind of rejecting them verbally and non-verbally. I don't get any pleasure out of that, and I don't think anybody really does. So we try to be nice about it. So we try to just kind of slough them off. You know, we don't actually, how often do you actually turn to somebody and say, listen, Jennifer, I don't like you, okay? I have never, ever had a sexual fantasy about you. I don't want to touch you. I don't want to be next to you, okay? Stop buying me gifts. Stop buying tickets to Dodger games. Stop it, because I have no interest. You don't say that. So instead what you do is you start coming up with these excuses. Like you're already dating. Like, I'm going to be busy, or I think I'm going to be out of town. You start making up these excuses. So the other person takes that as a sign of interest. Like, rather than just rejecting her flat out, they rationalize it. Oh, well, he's busy. Well, of course, I'll take my girlfriend to the concert, and then I'll buy tickets to another concert. And it takes a while before they've bought tickets to like 17 different concerts and 47 different sporting events. You were busy every time. Takes a while before they get the idea. But that's the thing that gets to me. And people, and it's men and women, by the way, people, when they decide they've fallen in love with somebody, will then proceed to debase themselves. They will humiliate themselves. They start doing things to get you interested. The equivalent when you get married to somebody, and I've talked about this. This is the equivalent. Like, how about when you're married to somebody that you used to like a lot, or used to be hot for, used to be in love with, and now you're not? And they know it. All right. So here's what they do. They rather than just, like, accept reality, what do? Well, one thing they do is they go down to Sears and have one of those glamour shots taken. You ever seen those? That's debasing yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's like, why are you doing this to yourself? Humiliating yourself like that. You're going down to the Sears and dressing up in like a Playboy bunny outfit, or you ever see these glamour shots? You see them a lot on Match.com. Have you ever been on Match.com and look at women in their 40s and 50s? Many of the women are now divorced and took glamour shots back when they were married. That's right, the soft lighting, Dean, the Vaseline on the lens, the gauze, whatever, to cover up all the crow's feet wrinkles, whatever. But the point is, just for fun, go to one of these websites like Match.com or JDate or one of these, and you see women in their 40s. Many of them have already they were trying to get the former husband interested, and so they brought home a picture that had the woman posed like she was in Playboy. Airbrushed to the max. You look at the picture, it's like, where does this woman live? She's certainly not the woman taking her clothes off next to me every night, I'll tell you that. So women actually post these. Anytime I see a glamour shot, I kind of got that sad feeling like here was somebody who was in love with somebody who didn't love them back or didn't love them anymore. And they were so desperate to keep things going. They went and took the glamour shot. Or the strip classes. I mean, let me tell you something. You know, if your wife is Star Jones and she's taking strip classes, I don't understand the mentality behind that, by the way, because, look, well, when a guy goes to a strip club, he's looking to see new meat, new, young, fresh meat he hasn't seen before. It's not the stripping girls, and it's not the quote-unquote dancing. That's not what guys go to a strip club for. They go to see women naked that they've never seen before. Women who are not you. The answer to competing with a guy who goes to strip clubs is not learning how to strip. It's not the stripping. It's not the music. It's not the heels. It's not the so-called dancing. It's new meat. That's what guys go to strip clubs for. You can take all the strip classes in the world. You'll still be the same person. We need new meat. That's why guys go to strip clubs. That's the marital equivalent of what I'm talking about, okay? This is where you had loved somebody at one time, or they had loved you, and then now you just don't feel that way about them anymore, and so they debase themselves in a variety of ways. And that's what I'm talking about with people who are single or unmarried, my preferred term. The people who, they're in love with you, you're not in love with them, and so they start doing things to humiliate and debase themselves in an attempt to get you to see the light. Can't you see the light? I love you. Can't you see that? That's what they're trying to say to you. I'm trying to show you that I love you. That's why I'm making you meals and buying you tickets to things I don't want to go to. That's why I'm remembering your birthday. I'm buying your gift 5 months in advance. I'm trying to tell you I love you. Aren't you getting the message? Now start loving me, goddammit. Start it. Start loving me today. And that's really what's going on in there. This is boiling inside people. I love when they start telling you that you're an ingrate. You don't appreciate what they've been doing for you. You know, because you just don't see what they see, that the two of you belong together. So I'm wondering now, there you are, man or woman, could be anybody. There you are, minding your own business. But in your life right now, there is somebody out there who loves you very much. You don't love them, but they love you. You don't want to hurt their feelings or be mean to them, so you just kind of hope they'll get the hint and go away. They don't. They become almost like stalkers. Not like an illegal kind of stalking, you know, but that kind of thing. Cards, letters, phone calls, thinking about you. I know you like Italian food. I made a reservation at a restaurant. Would you like to go with me? Why would you hang yourself out to dry like that? Why would you do that? It's something I don't understand. And then I really, as evil as I can be on the air, I try to let people down easy when they're like this, and they just don't stop. Do you have somebody like this in your life right now?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
You amuse me.
Well, thank you so much. I love when you're condescending like that. It turns me on.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
All right, it's 1-800-5800-TOM, the Tom Leykis Show. You have somebody out there who is in love with you, and you are not interested. And this is not in lust with you. They're hitting on you to try to get sex with you. They love you. You've gotten the cards. You've gotten the gifts. You've gotten the sweet phone calls telling you that they're thinking about you and things like that. You got someone like this in your life right now? I want to hear the story. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Sarah on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. It's Sarah.
I know. I just said that.
You did. I'm going to go ahead and sound real cliche and short time, I guess.
Yes.
So, yeah, I have this guy. How do you tell a guy you're not interested without totally hurting his feelings? We have been dating, well...
you know what? I've done this to girls. I really think you do yourself a favor by telling the truth. You can't worry about not...
It doesn't always work.
You can't worry about hurting their feelings. And I'm saying this as someone who's done it myself, okay? You can't worry about that.
But, I mean, this guy has sent me flowers. I've gotten tickets to all kinds of sporting events, concerts, constantly sending me things to my job. Haven't seen the guy in 4 months. We live right down the street from each other. He is always calling me to make me plans. I've stood him up several times. He just won't quit. What do you say?
Well, you've told him you're not interested.
I told him I'm seeing other people.
No, that's not the same thing, because see, if you tell me you're seeing other people, you are now a challenge. You will see ultimately that I love you more than he does, and more than they do. I'm more thoughtful, more considerate. I get you cooler stuff. I'm always thinking about you. I mean, saying that you're seeing other people doesn't mean anything.
Okay, I've told him I don't want a relationship.
Fine. So he'll just take meaningless sex with you. That also leaves a possibility open.
Not even that. Tom, dude, we spent a couple weeks together back in February. I went away on a vacation, came back about a month later.
Wait, you spent a couple of weeks together with him?
Yes. But it's not like we even had sex. We never had sex.
Is it because you weren't attracted to him, or because he didn't know how to close the deal, or what?
He didn't know how to close the deal.
He didn't know how to close the deal?
No. But this is the thing. You know, I haven't seen him since February. I get emails constantly every day. I get phone calls. I get gifts.
But you need to tell him. No, you tried to tell him is not good enough. Trying to tell him is not the same as telling him.
Okay, you tell me. What do I tell? What do I tell the guy?
I'll call him right now. I'll tell him.
No, I don't do that.
I'll solve this problem.
He's one of your listeners. He's probably listening. Right now.
Then, you know, who better? Who would have more credibility? To him. If I called him and told him you're not interested, that's the end of it.
Nah, his friends listen. I can't embarrass a man in front of his friends.
Oh, come on. And by the way, the fact is, you're going to be doing him a favor.
I'm not doing him. That's embarrassing him.
Oh, well, look, dear, you have not been upfront with him.
I've been very upfront.
Dear, here's the real truth. 1, you went away for 2 weeks and nothing happened. 2, you're not in love with him, and you're not going to be.
No, I'm not.
All right, that's the truth. And you haven't told him that.
Well, I told him I don't want a relationship. Doesn't that mean that I don't want love?
I don't want a relationship. No, I don't want a but you see, even that's a lie.
How is that a lie?
Because you don't want a relationship, ... with him. You do want a relationship, not with him.
No, I don't. I told him.
Well, at some point you do.
I'm a serial dater. I don't want a boyfriend. Don't like commitment. I'm a true fan of the Lycus way.
Really?
I am. I am all about dating and having fun.
Well, if you are a follower, why did you go away for 2 weeks with a guy you'd never slept with?
No. We didn't go away together.
Well, you spent 2 weeks with him?
Yeah, he came out. He was living out of town for a while.
But he stayed at your apartment?
No. He stayed at a friend's house down the street.
So you were, what, hanging out with him at night?
Yeah, you could say that. But, like,
what was it?
We kissed and did other things, but we never had sex.
Well, then you should just tell him that. That's the reason.
No, because then he tells me he masturbates me. He masturbates to the thought of me all the time. I know he wants to have sex. I do not want to have sex with him. Oh. That creeps me out.
That he told you that?
And yes.
By the way, guys do that all the time.
And that's
They just don't generally tell you.
It's great. It's a beautiful thing to masturbate. But I don't want to hear about it.
Well, you wouldn't mind hearing about it if it was somebody you were hot for and he was calling you up to turn you on.
Well, yeah, you got a point.
Yeah. Couple of dirty text messages to your cell phone. Could send you right to the bathroom in the middle of the workday.
Yeah, that's true. that's true.
Yes. So, Sarah, my advice to you is to tell him the truth. And by the way, I'm not saying that I've been perfect in this regard. I, myself, have had this. I had a woman at a radio station once, and as I've told you, there are very few attractive women in radio.
Yes, I know that by experience.
Yes, okay, so you know the deal. There was a woman who worked at a radio station. I don't want to embarrass her by identifying her, but she worked at a radio station, and I would come out of work, like my show was over, and she'd be waiting in the hallway next to the studio. Waiting for me to get out. And then she'd be asking me things like, when's your birthday? What's your sign? So what do you like to do when you're not here at the office? And pretty soon I'm getting, like, notes in my mailbox at the office. You know, little notes. She was thinking about
me. You couldn't take a hint?
No, but the point is, this woman looked like a guinea pig.
Oh,
and she was really hard on the eyes, okay? Really, really. I mean, she had that pushed-up nose. It looked like a guinea pig or a hamster. I'm not kidding. She had that kind of face. A very rough look. Perfect for radio. She had a face for radio, no doubt about it.
So why did you take her gift? Well,
I didn't.
You didn't at all? And she still persisted? Now, see, my thing is I
never got the hint. And that's the thing. They never get the hint. So as mean as it sounds, after having this experience more than once, I think the best thing you can do is say, hey, this is never going to happen. You know what? Let's be friends here at the office. We get along great. And let's just keep it at that.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take your advice, and I'll call you back and let you know what happened, or shoot you an email.
All right.
But I don't think anything's going to change.
Dear, you've never told him the truth. Never.
Well, my own version of it.
No. There is only one truth, dear. The real truth is what I told you. You are not going to have sex with him. You are not attracted to him. You're not going to have a relationship with him, and you don't love him. You're not in love with him.
No.
You've never said any of those things to him. That's the real truth.
Well, so he's listening.
Well,
He probably knows who it is.
you're hoping he's listening.
No, I know he's listening. He's on his way home from work.
Oh, you know he's listening right now.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So then you're what you.
I'll probably get a phone call here in a few.
Okay. Well, the truth's been told, and you agreed with everything I just said, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, it's never, ever going to happen. And that's the thing about people debasing themselves. Like, people who are in love, it's so sad. They'll do anything. They'll do anything.
Oh.
Yeah, but what are you supposed to do? Do what they say? If you don't love the person and you're not lusting for them, what are you supposed to do?
I guess what I've been doing, not a damn thing.
Well, no, you can tell him.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what? You've been great. Can I get a tribal style and a bong hit?
Of course you can, dear.
Takes up.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Lady, how old are you?
I'm 41 years old.
You're over the hill.
I mean, I can't waste my time with you. The point of me calling in was not to talk to some immature man that wants
You're
to...
a wrinkled douchebag.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show from Los Angeles, where you'll see the world premiere of Boys Night Out Friday, June 17th at 8 p.m. at the Wiltern Theater. I am your producer. Bobby Slayton's our headliner. I am your MC. It's guy comedians talking to guys in the audience. Outrageous, over the top, beyond X-rated. And I'll say things on stage that you've never heard me say on the radio. There's no doubt about it. Leave the girls at home. It's Boys Night Out. Boys Night Out. Call Ticketmaster for tickets. 213-480-3232. That's 213-480-3232. Boys Night Out. 1-800-5800-TOM. Is there somebody who's in love with you? You don't have any interest. You've never even noticed them. You don't care. And now they're trying to do everything they can to debase themselves in order to get you to love them back. Maria on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
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 You know, Tom, I think I was just listening to what Sarah was saying, and I was thinking of good old Yoda. You know, do or do not. There is no try. You know, You want the guy off your back, you know, not, and you don't have to be rude. You know, you can say, you know, whatever. You find a way, because I think it's unfair for that person to be leading them on. It makes me wonder if the women or the man that is getting all of these presents and all of these things, you know, are they getting off on it? Are they getting off on the fact that, ooh, look, you know, she really likes me. I've told her I'm not interested. And so it just makes me wonder. And, you know, I grew up somewhere else. And I just wonder, you know, sometimes I think only in America. I don't know. I kind of pretty much agree with you 100%.
Now, where are you from?
Argentina.
And in Argentina, people don't fall in love with people. There's no unrequited love?
No, of course we fall in love. I'm not talking about falling in love.
No, I mean unrequited love, you know, where there's no response to the other person.
Oh, well, I'm sure that happens, but I think there's, you know, there's a different set of codes, I guess. I mean, you know when somebody is interested in you. You know, there's a look, there's a touch, there's just, you know, all of that chemistry and that body language, and I think that, you know, it's beyond me that, you know, somebody wouldn't get that I don't like them, or I wouldn't want to do that to anybody, because I wouldn't want that you know, anybody doing that to me. And it just makes me wonder, you know, also the fact that here we have a bigger, you know, we can buy a lot of things, you know, like buy the flowers and buy, you know, the tickets and buy this and buy that. Down there, you know, we probably can't afford, you know, a third of the things that people give each other here. So I wonder if, there's another set of codes. I don't know.
Yeah, I just think that some people become obsessed, and then they start doing really self-debasing things. That's the only word I can find for it.
Well, but that whole degrading thing of, keeping at it. Come on, you're either a moron or you're a masochist. You cannot tell me that, a thinking being, who is a quote-unquote normal adult doesn't get the hint. Because I can see why, the first few times you say something like, well, you don't want to hurt their feelings, and you say, well, I'm actually busy tonight, but when it's persistent, I don't understand why you can't say, I've told you, and maybe I wasn't clear enough, but, I don't think there could be anything between us.
Right. I really think people ought to do that. For whatever reason, I think people in this country are trying to be nice. They're just trying to be nice. I don't get it.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
You know the definitions of the word slut and the word bitch, right?
No.
A slut is anyone who's had more sex than I've had. You know what a bitch is?
What's that?
A bitch is a slut who'll sleep with everybody but me.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Is there somebody out there who is in love with you? You have no interest at all. Mike, hello.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, how you doing, man?
Okay.
Long time, first time getting through.
Thank you.
Hey, man, I'm in the same situation. I have this chick at my gym, just will not leave me alone. I made the mistake of knocking it out, too.
Oh, boy, that's like feeding the cat. You ever had that stray cat who won't go away?
Pretty much.
So you figure if you feed the cat will finally be full and will stop meowing?
Oh, no. She's a hot 20-year-old. And, she got a body to die for. Face like a bulldog, but the body, I had to take advantage of it.
She's a butterface?
Yes. Now, she leaves notes on my car, always offering to take me here, want to do this for me, do that for me. And it got to the point where, I'm almost ready to change my cell phone number.
Oh, that's desperate.
Man, you just don't know.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what I should do. And she know. I told her straight. I'm straight with her. I want a relationship. I told her. This is basically just a sex thing. And she don't care. She's still coming after me.
Well, don't have sex with her again.
What's that?
Don't have sex with her again if you want to get rid of her.
Yeah, I guess not.
Otherwise you'll never get rid of her.
Yeah, you're right. But the body is like so crazy.
Oh, I understand that. But if you have sex with her, she'll never go away.
Yeah.
So if you really wanted to go away, that's rule number one.
Right.
Don't touch her.
Okay, I guess I'm going to have to try to leave her alone then. But
yeah.
I don't know. How can I stop her from leaving notes on my cars and voicemail messages and text messaging and everything?
Text messages you can't stop, unfortunately. I've tried and tried. I can't figure out the way to turn off text messaging. I would like to turn it off on my phone, and I can't.
Right.
But as far as voicemails and stuff, look, you can always delete voicemails.
Right.
She doesn't block her caller ID, so you can let the calls go to voicemail, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't want to be able to. I want to be able to answer my phone. I don't want to be afraid to answer my phone.
Well, but the point is, it's really no big inconvenience if she calls and you see her number there. It just rings 4 times. It goes to voicemail.
Well, yeah, but sometimes she calls from a block number or a private number. Then it's, why? How come I haven't seen you at the gym? Why this? Why that? No, that's another thing I have to worry about. I have to see her at the gym. If I'm on the leg machine, all of a sudden she's working out legs.
Well, you might have to change your schedule at the gym to get rid of her.
Yeah. It's going to be hard.
I know. It's a big pain in the ass, but you know what? You had sex with her, and so you partly caused this.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think I'm just going to try to just change my number and just switch gyms.
I understand. All right, Mike, good luck to you. Quickly, Angela, you're on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yes, dear.
I love living by the Tom Leykis rules.
Thank you.
And
I've got about 30 seconds. Go for it, dear.
I had a boy I've known for 4 years, and he just doesn't get the idea that I do not want to have anything to do with him.
So have you told him?
Oh, yes. I told him multiple times whenever we hang out, he's like, oh, how come we never got together? And I'll straight out tell him, because I've never been interested in you, and I never will be.
Oh, man. Well, that is certainly honest. I don't know what more you can do. Our email address, tom@blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.